What's up everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out. EMT here, and in this video we're taking out for a spin the brand new Insta360 GO 3. If you're not new to the channel, you probably know that the Insta360 GO 2 is by far my favorite camera for traveling and pretty much all-purpose camera, period. If you haven't checked that video after this one, give it a look because we were able to travel with this camera and take it out for a spin on location. Sadly, as it turns out, I broke my foot, but that's not going to stop me. So this is the Insta360 GO 3. Still small, still the same size of a finger, a little bit bigger in size comparison to the previous one. If I put it next to the Insta360 GO 2, you could totally see that there's a slight increase in size, but still retains the amazing portability that this awesome camera is known for. The Insta360 GO 3 starts at $379 US, and this is the version that has 32 gigs of memory. You can also jump to the 64 gigabyte version for $399 and all the way up to 128 gigabytes of storage for $429. It includes a brand new redesigned pendant, which allows you to coil in the necklace portion of that pendant for a tangle-free retractable design. It now includes an angle adjustment insert, and this allows you to tilt the camera angle, ideally for cycling when you're kind of like leaning over and the camera starts pointing down. This allows you to readjust the way the pendant is positioned. It's pretty cool. It includes the easy clip, which is fantastic for first-person point of view shots using a cap, a headband, or even your cat or dog on the collar, which is great. It includes a reimagined and very useful pivot stand. It has a reusable sticky base for mounting in a lot of different locations. I've used it in the past in vehicles, I've used it in my guitar, just to get some different angles that otherwise a big camera wouldn't be able to achieve. The new design allows you to rotate it, and it secures your camera with magnets and buckle locks. It also has a 1/4-inch mount underneath. The package also includes a lens guard. It was already attached to the camera in my case, and this allows you to have a worry-free filming session. It has a magnetic mounting system that allows you to magnetically attach the back of the camera to metal surfaces, and of course all the different accessories. This allows you to capture angles and shots that otherwise you wouldn't be able to achieve with a bigger camera. I've been able to use this on my refrigerator. I've been able to use this on my putter. Yes, I actually put the camera on my putter while at home. Hey, I got nothing else to do. I'm stuck here. However, this time around, the Insta360 GO 3 has an action pod, a magnetic action pod with a flippable touchscreen. This brand new action pod elevates this camera's capability to a whole nother level. It's an amazing hybrid design that complements the overall experience, but it doesn't require one or the other to be able to leverage the camera, for example. If you want to use the pendant, be in the moment, use both hands and not have to worry about interacting and seeing the world through a little screen, just take it out and then use it as is. You still have the customizable button in the front that allows you to press for video, double press for another mode, but this can also act as a viewfinder. You can actually control and see what this camera sees without the need of your smartphone. So I can actually place this somewhere outside a vehicle and with the action pod, see what the camera sees, and I don't have to leverage my phone for that. I can control the camera, I can control the modes, I can actually start, stop recording with this thing alone. And of course, if I do have other accessories that I want to mount the whole experience on, it magnetically attaches. So I think this is the genius design, the merge of your traditional action camera with, of course, new awesome features like the flip touchscreen. It's a vlogger's dream. You can actually use this as your main vlogging rig. On one side, you have your power on and off button, as well as a quick menu that allows you to switch between modes and presets real quick. You have your shutter button at the top to start and stop recording. It charges via USB Type-C, and of course, you can remove the camera by pressing this lock button, and then you'll be able to get the camera out. Very fantastic. And the Insta360 GO has a much bigger battery. It can actually shoot up to 50% more than Insta360 GO 2. which is awesome. That turns out to be about 45 minutes of use. But once again, this camera is designed for moment to moment. So if you're wearing it with the pendant and you're capturing 1 to 5 minute clips here and there, it's going to last you a really long time. But this is when the action pod comes in. When Insta360 GO 3 joined forces with the action pod, you get an amazing 170 minutes of recording time, which is awesome. The Insta360 GO 3 can actually shoot now up to 2.7K at 30 FPS, and you can always go down to 1440p for a higher frame rate option at 50 frames per second. Now, we took the Insta360 GO 3 out for a spin to test the video quality and also the image stabilization, and we put it head to head against the GoPro Hero 11. Now, because I can't walk, we had to get a little creative, so I used my vehicle as the means to test the image stabilization. So we mounted both the Insta360 GO 3 and the GoPro Hero 11 to the hood of my car, and we drove in our parking structure, took some bumps just to test out the different levels of image stabilization as well as the video quality, comparing 2.7K against 5.3K that the GoPro can shoot, just to see what kind of difference we're looking at and what kind of perspective we can gain out of the cost of one versus the other and the value that the Insta360 GO 3 brings to the table. Now, in the department of resolution, there is no denying it. 5.3K is much higher than 2.7K. However, I am very impressed that we can actually capture that much resolution on something the size of my thumb. Just like I was impressed last year, I am even more impressed right now. And of course, we're bringing things into context, because if you are recording for posting on social media, YouTube, places like that, the Insta360 GO 3 does an amazing job in giving you variety and a lot of possibilities. Now, if you're looking for that bigger resolution, you do have an alternative on the Insta360 side called the Insta360 ONE RS with the 1-inch mod. However, the fact that this little tiny camera the size of my thumb can pack that big of a punch and still look relatively close to the actual quality that we're seeing on a similar camera like the GoPro Hero 3, but then on top of that, you include all the value that was packed into that packaging with the action pod, with the pivot stand, the easy clip, the lens guard, the pendant, and just the overall possibilities that you can do by placing this magnetic design into your environment. I think it brings a lot of more value than just being able to capture resolution. There's over $80 worth of additional accessories included in this packaging for $379 starting, when compared to the competition at $399 starting, and you still need an SD card and you still need additional accessories for mounting and things like that. That's when I start thinking about, okay, we're looking at the resolution game, but we're looking at the value game. And Insta360 GO 3 absolutely, without a doubt, brings in the most value in my opinion. Now, in the department of stabilization, the Insta360 GO surprised me, because on the standard video mode, now you have 3 different levels of image stabilization for 3 different levels of activities. If you're just doing regular stuff, walking around, level 1's great. If you're doing a little bit more aggressive things like running and whatnot, level 2 is where it's at. And if you're biking and you're going aggressive, off-roading, things like that, that's when level 3 brings the heat to the table and it keeps your image really steady. I haven't had the opportunity to take it out for a jog, but I'm willing to bet there will be an abundance of comparison shots after you finish watching this video. Another amazing feature of the Insta360 GO 3 is the 360-degree horizon lock. When you capture a video in the freeform video mode, you have the ability to bring in this footage not only to your app, but also to the Studio app on your computer. And you can change your aspect ratio, you can change your image stabilization, but also change your horizon lock. And no matter what kind of motion you're doing, your Insta360 GO 3 will keep your camera leveled. You could be doing barrel rolls on a plane. So a huge fan of the freeform video, let me tell you. And there's something surreal about that horizon lock. If you truly want to blow people's minds away, having that horizon 360-degree situation is out of control. It's out of this world. I think you should check it out. On the GoPro Hero 11, you have a similar capability, but so far I've only been limited to the linear mode. So this presents a challenge for some. It may not present a challenge for you, but I did film a comparison between both of them. Let me know what you think about this feature in the comment section down below. The Insta360 GO 3, when removed from the action pod, is waterproof down to 5 meters, which is great for pools, if you're on a river, if you're at a theme park and you're gonna get wet during the summertime. Fantastic feature to have. The Insta360 GO 3 also has voice control, and you can say things like, take a photo. You can also use this for recording video as well as turning off your camera. Shut down camera. Amazing. Now Insta360 GO 3 captures better audio with 2 microphones instead of 1. Here's a quick comparison between the Insta360 GO 2, GO 3, and I threw in the GoPro 2 just in case. All right, this is an audio test across all 3 cameras. We have the GoPro, Insta360 GO 2, and Insta360 GO 3. At this point, it's very well documented that I'm a fan of Insta360. They keep coming to market with incredible products that just reinvent small little things. When we're talking about the Insta360 GO concept, when that thing first came out, it just blew my mind. Let alone the recent image stabilizer gimbal, the smartphone gimbal, the Insta360 Flow. If you haven't seen that video, check it out on the link, because there's a trend here with Insta360 of bringing their take on well-established things. Oh, action cameras. Sure, this looks like an action camera until it doesn't, right? So those small little Insta360 tweaks, small designed philosophies on the Flow, they added the touch dial that allows that level of immersion. I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan. This is now going to be permanently in my bag. I'm still going to be using the Insta360 GO 2 because this is a deadly combo right now. So if you do have already an Insta360 GO or GO 2, it's not one or the other. This thing will dial it up to 100 when it comes down to the capabilities, storage, and of course battery, which was a huge request from the very inception of the GO cameras. I'm truly impressed. Highly recommend the camera. Incredible for summertime and of course the fall, even winter time, right? Coming up in the winter, going down slopes. As soon as my leg heals, you bet that I'm going to be taking this camera to the golf course with the pendant, with the clip, bigger battery, higher storage capacity, better audio, and the pivot mount. Incredible. But I want to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down there so we can continue to create relevant content for you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All the links to Insta360 GO 3 and accessories are down in the description. Don't forget to check them out. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'll catch you on the next one.